Maturity is a topic I have discussed heavily in my videos on the male archetypes. Perhaps I was influenced by my own bias towards masculine maturity, or my perceived lack of masculine maturity in the modern world. That statement would then imply that there is no shortage of feminine maturity in this world. And while there are many examples of mature, powerful female characters in film, there is no god or goddess that better represents maturity than the goddess Athena. Athena is the goddess of wisdom and crafts. She was also known as the goddess of strategic warfare. The Greeks had two gods of war, Ares, who enjoyed the means of warfare and the acts of violence themselves with no end goal, and Athena, goddess of wisdom, who valued strategic warfare. She valued the violence of war as a necessary means of producing an end goal. Athena is the only Greek goddess to commonly be pictured wearing armor. Because of this, it might be tempting to say that the feminine Athena archetype is closely related to the masculine warrior archetype. In my previous video, I described how the Artemis archetype can be related to the warrior as well, and I continue to discourage the viewing of these archetypes only in reference to their male archetypes. The Athena archetype is not the female equivalent to the warrior or the king. Although they share some similarities, they may differ more than they are related to each other. Unlike the warrior, Athena's weapon is her intelligence and wisdom.
About a mile.
4,221 feet. It's closer to 0.8 of a mile.
Who are you?
I'm the motherfucker that found this place, sir.
Really?
That she has gathered throughout her lifetime. Athena the goddess was born fully formed, being pulled from her father's head, Zeus. She arrived as a mature woman, ready to take lead and to take charge.
Anyway, I need to go over the end of the year budget numbers we have.
Oh, gosh. Really?
The young Athena archetype is her father's daughter. She takes after his dominant male presence. In youth, this archetype will often distance herself from her mother, particularly a non-Athena-like mother, who she may view as being weaker. She prefers to take after her father's characteristics. The young Athena is confident and curious.
Dad, there's another one! Hurry up! Oh, there's another one!
Before you can be the goddess of wisdom, you must cultivate some knowledge. The young Athena archetype is hungry for knowledge and is often seen as an overachiever in academics.
Check this out weeks ago, forbidden light reading.
This is light.
If the Artemis archetype is the sports star, then the young Athena archetype is the valedictorian. Athena will often have a mentor-like relationship with her teachers, seeing them almost as peers. Remember that Athena arrives fully formed and thus is mature beyond her years. Like Artemis, Athena is a virgin goddess, having never married. A young Athena will have a relationship with boys who are intellectual equals or share some common interest in learning. A social Athena will command respect of both male and female peers, is not likely to engage in emotional gossip of other young girls, but will take social cues from them to establish a position of power in the female hierarchy.
It's okay. Coolness. So we'll see you tomorrow.
On Wednesdays, we wear pink.
Later in life, Athenas are the self-starters and workaholics. Athenas are natural managers, whether they are managing an office, a warehouse, or a household. And as far as her taste in a partner, Athena has eyes only for heroes.
How do you feel about me?
Yes, you're a great help to us. You're a natural leader.
No, that's not it. Come on. Come on.
Athena sees the usefulness in all archetypes and is the chief manipulator of men, but will only share her throne and spotlight with a prominent hero who adds to her seat of power. Athena can cultivate heroes for her own purpose. Athena the goddess is often seen helping heroes on their quests through classic literature. Athena the goddess actively helped the Greeks to defeat the Trojans throughout the Iliad and assisted Odysseus in his journey home. She also used her gift of crafting to help build the ship for Jason and his Argonauts before their journey. Athena uses the male world, which is built to create systems that reward male heroism, to her advantage.
We've located an individual we believe, based on detainee reporting, is bin Laden's courier. He's living in a house in Abbottabad, Pakistan, and we assess that one of the other occupants of the house is UBL.
She does not wish to become a hero herself, but merely use these systems to her own end. She will have trouble fostering a sensual relationship with her partner. Athenas see intimacy as a formality that is part of the deal in a relationship and not a meaningful expression of one's affection. Male partners of an Athena often have extramarital affairs, to which an Athena will take a little interest, often not caring until the information becomes public knowledge.
Matt is cheating on me.
Wait a minute. You know about this?
What does that mean? You know about this?
I saw them together
Oh my God, when?
yesterday. I'm sorry. I mean, it was an accident that I saw them, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Does he know you know?
Honestly, I'm not ready to deal with it. I would like to be a little less devastated, if that is possible. It's classic, though, isn't it? The successful wife, the husband feels like his manhood is threatened, so he acts out. Girlfriend, I guess.
Athenas are known to go through several relationships in the course of a lifetime. You can even make a relation to how a businesswoman will fire an employee that is no longer meeting her expectations to how an Athena will dismiss her romantic partners that are no longer of any use to her.
Witty. Bob, I'm letting you go. We're getting married. We are getting married.
Athena naturally integrates into a male-dominated world, not like an Artemis, who is bound to show that women can do anything they want. But an Athena will integrate with men and play the game their way. This is where an Artemis and Athena archetypes clash. Artemis is the enemy to the patriarchy, and Athena is the female champion of the patriarchy, for that is where Athena gets and maintains her dominant position.
Think it over. Trump called me before the debate. He said he knew that your first question was harsh. It was good TV. Unexpected. Goddamn tough. Proud of you, Megan.
Thanks, Roger.
In Greek mythology, Medusa is known to turn men to stone with a single glance. This is a power women learn that they hold early in their adolescence. Girl. When boys and men alike are turned to bumbling fools at the sight of their beauty. While Medusa is often a villain in mythology, Athena sees the value of the ability to control men. In truth, Athena is the part of a woman that knows exactly what men are thinking, a power that is unopposed by masculine archetypes. And this is why Athena wears a symbol of the Medusa to remind her of her power. Athena does have a strong creative side that goes along with her logical, strategic mind. She is also the goddess of crafts. Being creative means planning ahead and defining expectations, and Athena is always planning ahead and playing the long game. She can surprise any of her friends or foes at any time. In battle, she is not opposed to playing dirty. In battle strategy, she cares only that the outcome is favorable to her interest. She does not care about the means. And if cornered, she will always protect her seat of power, whether it is a position she holds or a person she serves. Loyalty up down is what an Athena values.
Under Title VII, Fox would be liable for compensatory and punitive damages. That could be hundreds of millions. Let's worry about the law before we do the PR, okay?
Does Roger want us? Yes. He's a man. He also gave us time. He gave us opportunity. We benefited from that kind of attention.
If this archetype is beginning to sound problematic, possibly destructive, then you're correct. Athena is an example that the higher you climb and the larger you loom, the larger of a shadow you cast.
And you don't know Al-Qaeda! Either give me the team I need to follow this lead, or the other thing you're gonna have on your resume is being the first station chief to be called before a congressional committee for subverting the efforts to capture or kill bin Laden.
A shadow of a goddess is opposed by two bipolar opposite poles. A positive one, known as the obsessed goddess, and a negative one, known as the cut-off goddess. And Athena is naturally self-serving. She can be so focused on her objectives that she fails to take into account the human impact of them. Often, Athena will find herself on the other side of feminist issues from her female peers. She is her father's daughter and wields power through the patriarchy. Many a woman will be dismayed that a woman would oppose women's rights. A lot of this can be chalked up to Athena qualities.
You're giving that oxygen before the first goddamn debate?
Roger, we had a full screen of Ivana's recantation, which is soft.
She accused him during a divorce.
Well, his lawyer, Michael Cohen, claims he can't rape his spouse. Pissed me off.
Great. The future Fox News is now a goddamn feminist.
No, I'm not a feminist. I'm a lawyer.
We need him. Clean this up, now.
The goddess of wisdom is so intense that she is unable to be empathetic with others, and she is cut off emotionally. The armor she wears cuts her off from human contact and emotion.
If and when Peeta is liberated, he will receive a full and unconditional pardon. No punishment will be inflicted. And the same goes for the other tributes.
No.
It's not their fault you abandoned them.
She only has time for logical and rational thoughts and behaviors. She does not have a non-transactional relationship with anyone. She does not care if her husband is unfaithful. She does not fight for injustice of others if it does not serve her ends in some way.
Oh, what the hell? I know who you are, Peter Quill, and I am not some starry-eyed waif here to succumb to your pelvic sorcery.
That is not what is happening.
And will naturally clash with a sisterhood cherished by other feminine archetypes. She will not take up moral objections to causes that are not concerns to her, and may work against those in their pursuits of her own objectives. And Athena is obsessed with her goals in business, politics, and work, and can be consumed with these endeavors, taking her work home with her, never resting, never giving herself a break to be present or to relax.
Your life.
Well, you were stupid enough to let me live.
You let me live.
I don't need you always trying to beat me.
I'm not the one that just flew across the universe just because I wanted to win.
Do not tell me what I want.
I don't need to tell you what you want. It's obvious.
You were the one who wanted to win, and I just wanted a sister.
Using the archetypes of the goddess of crafts, Athena can find a creative endeavor that has no purpose other than to give her hands something to do while her mind relaxes, such as weaving, sewing, pottery, and painting.
You are a Philistine.
Why would you do theater when you could do debate?
Because some of us enjoy working with others.
And some of us know how to win.
Nobody's winning in that outfit.
As I stated in my previous video, each feminine archetype has its own mothering aspects and relation to her mother and her own children. Athenas often have a limited childhood. The goddess was born fully grown. And often an Athena child spent more time with academics than with childhood fantasies. As a mother, Athena does not have time for her children's childish ways and expects them to grow up quickly to take part in the world as she does.
It is a fine match with Hockley. It will ensure our survival.
How can you put this on my shoulders?
Why are you being so selfish?
I'm being selfish.
She can push her sons to pursue masculine activities as she pushes other men to become heroes.
Okay. Tony here's your quarterback, all right? You protect his blind side. When you look at him, you think of me.
Athena will do well with daughters to take after her, as she took after her father, but will have less success with a daughter who prefers more traditional, feminine pursuits of the other archetypes. She will have trouble dealing with overly emotional children. both boys and girls.
Are you guys gonna get divorced?
No, we're not getting divorced right away. I want you to know that no matter what happens, it's not your fault.
Why would it be my fault? Why would you even say that?
I don't know. Oh my God, baby, I'm so sorry. I suck at this.
Athena, as a mother, will need to rediscover her lost childhood and embrace the aspects of the other feminine archetypes to fully engage with her children. Doing so can fulfill her need for power and control and can lead her away from the shadow of the Athena archetype. Likewise, taking an active role in feminine activities or in feminist movements can help Athena see the desires of other women in the world.
You have a daughter? Or a sister? I mean, sure as heck have a mother. Is your father better than your mother? Just because he's a man? Do you believe that?
No.
That's what you're saying. Whether you think you are or not. If I beat Bobby Riggs, will you stop saying it?
Okay.
Sir, I'm gonna hold you to that. If I see you, I'm gonna hold you to that.
Thank you. That's it for today.
And she may be able to use her business acumen to lead the movement into positive outcomes as a whole.
I want this behavior to stop. Someone has to speak up. Someone has to get mad.
We work hard. You might be lucky enough to watch the most powerful man in TV go after you with everything he's got.
There is real strength in the Athena archetype, and it's important to remember that for better or worse, these archetypes are not singular within us. We as humans have the capacity to embrace each archetype and activate them when necessary. As stated in my last video, I've noticed that my wife has strong Artemis characteristics. However, at times, I can see other archetypes within her and within others. The Athena archetype can be necessary to a Hera, who needs to lead a Boy Scout troop and accomplish a mission. The Athena archetype can come to the forefront of her and organize her heroes to boost the sales of their group fundraiser. Likewise, an Artemis may find herself in a physical competition and call on Athena to strategize the best plan of attack on the other team. By engaging the other archetypes, a person can utilize the best aspects of these archetypes to enrich their lives and the lives of those around them. And perhaps that is why these archetypes exist in the first place.
While we stand together, no invader shall pass. Let them come with the armies of hell. They will not pass.
This has been a production of Minimum Effort Media. There are video essays on this channel on the first of every month. If you enjoyed this content, please consider liking, commenting, or subscribing. Also, perhaps share it with somebody who might enjoy the content as well. I would appreciate it. Thank you for watching.